came to that system, the biological system, as a physicist. About 5 years after I developed spacesuits, my problem was I had a universe between the body and the suit. I had to regulate that interior in such a way that this body could keep working. I had to learn what processes were going on in the inside. When I looked through the biological literature, I found they did not tell me. They were saying that what the body is a constant flame. And all I did was stop. I said, how does it work? In a physical sense, there had to be thermodynamic engines which was performing the process. I asked the biologist, where are the engines? And they had no answer. They had no answer. Life is not a flame.
Gibson's concern was always the building of mutually compatible theories. So Gibson wanted mutually compatible theories, if you will, of ecological optics, how light is structured by the environments, of biology and of psychology. He wanted the physics and the biology and the psychology to be constructed in a mutually compatible manner. And of course Arthur's general perspective is that that could be done through homeokinetics, to build mutually compatible theories instead of them living fairly separate lives in different branches of the university.
In the early 70s, Ibby came to see me, and we had talks at my office at City College, and a number of talks over hours. And in the process of listening and discussing, and then reading his book towards a general theory of complex systems, I found that what was going on was that I was being forced or asked to stand outside of myself as a human being and take an objective view of humans and society, as if we were simply a solar system or a galaxy. And I found this so hard to do and such a difficult hurdle or barrier to overcome, and that I kept working on it, and that's when I realized that something new was going on.
Once you start looking for those kinds of things, like hierarchies of nested temporal processes, it's really quite astonishing.
He says there are three processes that will be running this complex system. It will be diffusion, it will be wave propagation, or there will be convection. And so I'm always looking for diffusion, wave propagation, and convection.
Homeokinetics as a nice set of principles, particularly the way that I think Arthur and Harry Sudak have laid those principles out as a nice set of principles for thinking very, very seriously about a universal theory of complexity, a single theory of complexity. And these are its truly special advantages, I'd say, over the others, over the other accounts of some aspects of complexity. And of course for Arthur, it would be the case that he would like to see homeokinetics as being a truly physically based approach to problems of complexity, in contrast to the anchored in mathematics approaches that are now much more commonplace, so basic nonlinear dynamics and so on and so forth. I know Arthur is less happy with those perspectives than obviously with his own. He sees his own as being most certainly a real effort to keep things as physically grounded as they possibly can be.
He says, go find all the interactions, find the time and the space scale of what you're working on. And so the way I think of it is I just go through my litany.
The first level methodologically is the notion of looking for temporal processes at many scales, especially the larger scales, and consider the implications of what it means to find a cyclic process at higher and higher scales. So if you find a 3.5-hour process, or a circadian process, or a 3-day process, or a 1 month or 3-month cycle, then you have to, if you are sensitive to that, first you'll look for them. If you don't look for them, you can't find them.
If you have people that are thinking specifically, let's go get all the time processes, let's go get all the of the scale processes, you can solve problems. And that's where the strength of homeokinetics is. It can solve major problems.